Hello, welcome back to How to Produce a Song in Studio One. Welcome, it's episode 4, and this episode is going to be called Melodies. Let's make some melodies for this song. What's up? I'm Nick Rollo. I'm a producer and mixing engineer from Australia. Welcome to the channel. Let's get into the video. I'm not going to blab, which is something I always say and I always blab. We've got this so far. We just added bass. This is the chorus. What I'm going to do is if you go up to this little global track visibility and you click that and you click Arranger, this Arranger tab comes. If you press Command on Mac and then you drag and then you do that again, we get these kind of markers, I guess. If you right click and then you click on the little typey thing on the name, you can change it. So now I can see that this is a verse and a chorus, which is actually really helpful when you're trying to jump between stuff. And you can do stuff here that I haven't really played with that. I keep it simple. So yeah, we're up to a chorus. What I'm going to do, again, I'm keeping this song as simple as I can. The chorus hits, I probably want some kind of melody, like if I'm thinking about it. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab my tie, bring it here. I'm going to play the chorus, and I'm going to play on my keyboard and see if any melodies come to mind. Oh, you know what? Let's make it easier or harder on ourselves. Let's just write it in with our pen. If you right click on the chords and you go to instrument parts and then you go detect key signature, it says we're in G. This isn't always 100% correct, but it's usually pretty good. The scale, I'm going to click this button so it locks to the scale. I don't tend to do this, but I have done it once or twice and it is kind of fun. That's loud. So hopefully these blue notes are in fact the scale, and hopefully if I mess around on those notes, they'll sound good. So I'm just gonna, whilst I kind of fiddle around for a sound, I'm just gonna tap on my keyboard. I kind of like that sound. I don't know how I'll exactly incorporate that, but I like the idea. And I'd like to reiterate here, I don't actually do this very much where I'm manually typing in melodies. It doesn't, as I said, I prefer to like play it in. It just, I don't know, like it's kind of where I come from. But this is very, very functional. A lot of really, really big producers just use mouses and like it works great. So what kind of melody do I want? I like how it snaps to the right note. This might need really. Oh, what's the right note? That's a repeat there. So we've got kind of this basic structure. I think what I would like to do is make it a little bit more interesting. I'm just gonna copy them over. These notes are kind of, you know, they're whatever, they could be better. What I will do is I'm gonna highlight all the runs Oops, I want that note in. I want that. I'm going to turn them down a little bit. They're a bit like, that feels better. I take that back. I actually like it way more when they're all quiet. So you drag them all up and then you drag them all down together. And the delay is a little bit problematic right now. It's just kind of getting in the way. So I'm going to just turn it down. And this is actually kind of a good time to jump into this and to humanize it a little bit. I'm just going to turn the velocity up a tiny bit and down a little bit, just so there's a bit of variation. I'm going to make it all like grid tight, I think. But it feels a bit better, I think. Feels pretty good. Just going to turn it down a little bit. So as we can see, there is processing on my toe. Got some modulation, delay, reverb, EQ. I'm going to throw something else on it. Pedal board? I don't know. Let's try pedal board. This is for guitars, but we can do it on whatever we like, because the world is a fun place. There's no reason why I would do this, you know. There's no like rhyme or reason here. I'm just having fun. Let's add a compressor. Does this? Oh, nice. It shows us. Get that like. Getting vibe, yo. Do we want to add a bit intense? I think I'm okay with this sound. So much vibe, yeah. Honestly, chorus does so much. And actually, the last thing I want, I think, is having another delay. I'm going to do analog delay. Going to just turn it to an 8th note. Turn the modulation down. And width. 2 channel. I just want that kind of stereo effect. That's good. I'm hearing something funky going on with the piano. Don't know what it is though. Maybe in the chorus I'm gonna just hard quantize everything. Feels like it doesn't need to be as expressive. What I'm going to do now is a little thing that I abuse, to be quite honest. I'm going to highlight this and I'm going to click Option Command B, which is bounce to a new track, I think. Yeah, bounce to a new track. And then I'm going to press 6 to get the mute tool, and I'm going to unmute it. I'm going to drag this over here. So basically, if you don't know what that means, I just turned it into rendered audio. So you can also go over here and click Transform to Audio Track. Not what I want to do. I want to keep this as MIDI for now. But I have this track here, and I'm going to highlight and press X and then Shift X, which Shift X might be something I made. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that yet. So I have this, right? I have this thing here now. I'm going to turn it into kind of like a pad, basically. I'm going to turn it into sort of ambience for the verse. And how I'm going to do that, I think, is I have a few plugins that I go to for this kind of stuff. I don't tend to do it with Studio One plugins, but I'm sure we can. I need probably a big reverb. So I'm going to grab Open Air, which is like I think it uses real spaces like IRs, impulse responses, which is like if I recorded this room with like an impulse response mic, I guess, I could kind of like turn it into a reverb. It's pretty cool. Okay, that kind of does the trick. Now, I press Shift X, which creates auto fade. Create auto fades. Basically, this just means that when it starts and stops, it doesn't clip, because that can happen if it's just like a hard end. This adds a tiny little angle to the volume. Next, I'm going to add a click transform to rendered audio, auto tail on, preserve real-time state so we can go back if we need. Now we have this. Bit chaotic. I'm going to get an EQ up. So that's sounding better. And to be honest, this is definitely not video 4 or whatever we're up to. This should be a separate video in itself, but that's alright, it doesn't matter. So basically, I'm just trying to kind of create this big mess. Let's try shortening the length. That doesn't sound very good. So it is getting a little bit chaotic, which is potentially cool. We'll so it is a bit messy. I'm gonna bring this over a little bit. And I feel like this is kind of a cool thing to start a song with almost. Maybe I'll have it like this. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna double dip and add another EQ. And this time I'm gonna cut some more. Just really try to control it and turn it down. Feels pretty cool. And what we just heard there is it kind of went from this verse, which had like all this nice fullness, perhaps too much fullness, into the chorus, and it kind of dropped a bit. So that is going to be another video's topic, is making sure that energy feels good. But yeah, this is kind of a 2-in-1, but let's just call it Melody. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, hit like, hit subscribe. Yeah. As per every other video, I'm going to plug the same stuff. If you need a producer or a mixing engineer, I do those things. You can hire me. My website and email are in the description. Go check out my work and hit me up. I love to work on new stuff, so that's awesome. Also, if you use Studio One, which I'm assuming you probably do, I have a store with a bunch of free presets, completely free. You can pay if you'd like, but you don't have to. Go get that stuff. Yeah, I enjoy making presets. I think maybe in one of these videos I will use some of those presets, but for now, have a good day and go check out the next video and the other videos if you haven't already. Bye.